Hey, Queens. Welcome to episode 2 of the Visionary series. Today's episode is titled Creating the Result by Any Means Necessary. Oh my goodness, I'm so ready to jump in because this episode was going down, right? But before I jump in, allow me to tell you, ladies, thank you for coming to Queen Talk. Thank you for tuning into the highest vibrational frequency, right? Everything that I'm talking about on this podcast episode, you already know, you already have within you, right? But you're tuning in to tap in and to recognize that now is the time for you to take radical action towards your financial goals, your financial dreams of accomplishing financial freedom. So today, in this visionary series, we're going to talk about creating the result by any means necessary. So, as you ladies remember, in the previous episode, right, we talked about the difference between being busy versus being productive. So now that you're in a space where you are operating from productivity, right, you are ready to create the result by any means necessary, period. So here's your affirmation for this podcast episode. Your affirmation is I defy the odds. I set new standards. Isn't that so powerful? Especially when you're operating in alignment with your vision. Isn't that affirmation so freeing? I defy the odds. You defy the odds. You set new standards. So now I ask you, what would it take for you to create the result by any means necessary? So today's episode is going to be a little bit different versus us talking about, right, defying the odds and setting new standards. We're really going to just dive into what it would take for you to create the result. So I have 3 quick tips on how to create the result by any means necessary. So I hope you're tuning in, be ready to listen to this podcast all over again, be ready to take you some notes, because again, we're on action steps. We're talking about being productive towards the vision. So what would it take for you to create the result by any means necessary, right? First things first, you are going to need prosperity consciousness. So allow me, especially in this visionary series, to break down what prosperity consciousness is. It may be a new term for you. And if so, I'm happy now that you are in alignment with this new opportunity for you to expand your mindset. So your mind is in 2 energy fields, right? A subconscious state of mind and a conscious state of mind. You listening to this podcast right now, you are in your conscious state of mind. Your subconscious state of mind is that inner mind of yours, right? Those inner thoughts, like your brain knows the things that you kind of can't see, the subconscious mind. And again, the conscious mind is you in this conscious arena, this dimension, you being here with me right now. This is your conscious mind. So I truly believe that your mindset is either one mindset or 2 mindsets. It's either poverty consciousness or prosperity consciousness. Poverty consciousness looks like you allowing your current circumstances to define you. Poverty consciousness looks like waking up every single day and just being in a rut, not knowing, not understanding how to shift your mindset to keep abundance in your thoughts and how to focus on financial well-being, right? When you keep abundance in your thoughts and you're focusing on financial well-being, that is prosperity consciousness, meaning that the thoughts that you automatically think, right? They're prosperity thoughts. They're thoughts of how you can make more money, how you can make your money make you more money, how you can serve others, how you can be of a greater service to others. That is prosperity consciousness. So that is what the Queen Talk podcast is all about. tuning in and elevating your prosperity consciousness. Now, don't get me wrong. I totally understand that for the poverty consciousness people, that poverty consciousness is complicated, okay? If you are used to waking up and experience the same life every single day, if you aren't pouring into yourself like we talked about in the previous episodes of that self-love and self-elevation, you're going to constantly operate in a poverty consciousness. It's not until you decide to shift your consciousness, right, through energetic work that you can then start to experience another life. I want to take you into the reality, right? That whatever it is that you are experiencing, your personal reality, that is just a reflection of the thoughts that you think. So if you are not happy with the results that you have right now in life, if you are not happy with the version of the queen that you are, with the job that you work, with the amount of streams of income that you have, with the expansion of your personal wealth, value, and balance, in abundance. If you are not happy with that version of yourself, it's because you are operating in poverty consciousness. But in order to create your result, the vision, by any means necessary, there must be a shift from poverty consciousness to prosperity consciousness, right? And that shift is tied along with you, again, being in the abundant mindset. So as you listen to this podcast episode, and again, you listen to the next podcast episodes that you'll continue to tune into, I want you to now understand you're operating in prosperity consciousness. That's the reason why I give you the affirmations at every episode, for you to be able to write those affirmations down and speak those words over your life. And as you begin to speak those new affirmations and repeat them and create that vision and look at your vision boards every single day, what that is doing for you is refreshing your mind. That is planting new seeds in the subconscious mind. So then as the limiting beliefs and the self-doubt and anything that's holding you back, as those things begin to pop up, as they will, right? Because those are just the experiences that you were going through. As those begin to pop up, because you've poured new affirmations and visualization into your mind also by doing the energy work, the new affirmations will pop up in your mind right when you start to think those negative thoughts. So that's the reason why it's going to take you being in a prosperity consciousness state of mind, keeping that abundant mindset at the forefront of your brain to create the result by any means necessary. I know you remember in the Balance series, what we talked about in episode 1, no one is going to believe in you more than you believe in yourself. You can only believe in yourself if you're operating from a prosperity consciousness mindset, because that means that as long as you know what the vision is, as long as you feel comfortable, as long as you are dedicated and determined to accomplish that goal, when you believe in yourself, people will start to believe in you. And when you believe in yourself, it's easier for you to have that abundant mindset, right? For you to have those affirmations that are right there at key for you. So the abundant mindset is one of the parts of the prosperity consciousness mindset that you must have. Another aspect of that prosperity consciousness that you must operate from is those core values. See, that is the power of queenhood, the reason why I created it, right? We operate from core values. Don't get me wrong, in queenhood, we are aggressively preoccupied with making and saving money, right? We want the house, we want the cars, we want the lands, we want the real estate, we want the check-ins and the savings, we want the residual income, we want the passive income, we want the stocks, we want all of that, right? But as queens, we understand with the prosperity consciousness that the values come from within us, because in order for you to attract any higher level of abundance, because money is a vibrational frequency. So in order for you to attract that vibrational frequency of money to you, you must have core values that you stand on. And you're going to use those core values in alignment with your prosperity consciousness. So on the days where you wake up and you're like, oh man, I'm feeling boggled down, I'm feeling like the old version of myself. Yes, I saw me elevating yesterday and the day before yesterday, but now something today has knocked you off of your track, right? When you can tap back into those core values that you are in alignment with, like here in Queenhood, we focus on balance, we focus on stability, we focus on resources, we focus on longevity, prosperity, compassion. Those are the values that we tap into with Queenhood. So if you are able to tap into your personal values within your prosperity consciousness, when times do get hard, right? When it is a little complicated and you're trying to figure out how am I going to create this result, you're going to tap back into those values and say, you know what? Maybe I need a little more balance. Maybe I need to call on my resources. Maybe I need to reach out, right, to someone who's on that next level and see how it is that they can help me, right? You'll begin to think about longevity and prosperity. And when you tap into that energy, those core values, it's going to help with your prosperity consciousness, which will inevitably help you create your result by any means necessary, right? And so the last component of that prosperity consciousness that you must have is the desire for wealth. The definition of wealth is to just be able to fully experience life. Fully experiencing life looks like not being boggled down to that 40-hour-a-week job. And then when you get off of work, you are tired, you're striving and looking forward to Friday just so that you can go out and party and just have a blast on Fridays and Saturdays, only for Sunday to come around and now you're dreading Monday to get started at work. That is not fully experiencing life. That is not true wealth, but you must have the desire for wealth, the desire to fully experience life. And when you want to fully experience life, you're going to operate in that abundance mindset. You're going to recognize that, again, wealth, value, and abundance, that is your birthright, right? So with the desire for wealth, you will then be able to tap into that energy of, look, my vision that I want, it's going to happen regardless. You have to say that for yourself. Say it with me. My vision of whatever I want is going to happen regardless, because you are going to create the result by any means necessary. So let's just tap into what by any means necessary looks like. It is so easy, like we talked about in the last episode, to be busy. It is so easy to be busy. But is your busy in alignment with you creating the result by any means necessary? Because here's the truth. Boop, 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 boop. I know you ladies are ready for the truth. Here it is. You are going to have obstacles no matter what, right? You're going to face challenges no matter what. But you have to decide that you're still going to create the result by any means necessary. It is in the striving to create the result that you then become successful. See, we look at people who we believe are quote unquote successful because you see them with the car, the house, all of these type of things, right? But success is truly defined as the active pursuit of a worthy goal. So if you become in the active pursuit of your worthy goal, you're already successful. There's no timeline on how long you have to create the result for it to be deemed as successful, right? Women see me as successful because I'm already in the space of having my lands and building the home. I don't have to have the home built for me to be qualified as quote unquote successful. It is just me actively pursuing the goal that makes me successful. So again, I asked you, what does it take for you to create the result by any means? Do you need to wake up earlier? Do you need to put in more time? Do you need to go from working full time to working part time? Do you need to move back home with your parents? Do you need to cut the budget in half? Do you have to stop getting your hair done, your nails done, your toes done, those eyelashes done, right? What would it take for you to create the result by any means necessary? I often find that women, they would rather stay with what makes them comfortable, right? Versus doing what it takes to create the result. Hear me when I tell y'all, I used to shop, okay? I used to have the clothes and the shoes. The closet used to be packed. That was a period of my life where I did not have a vision for myself of financial freedom. So I just spent my money however it is that I wanted to, right? Your girl was busy shopping, not productively, actively working towards my goal, right? So when I noticed that I had to make those sacrifices, the law of sacrifices, right? When I had to make the sacrifice of giving up the shopping and my nails and all that type of stuff like that, that was a decision right there in prosperity consciousness that I now deem my vision as being worthy of the act of pursuit. I now desire the wealth of fully experiencing life as an entrepreneur, fully experiencing life as a personal finance coach, a prosperity trainer, as a young female who wants land, who wants to build a home, right? I put myself in the abundance mindset and decided I have to create this result by any means necessary, right? So, first thing that it takes for you to create the result by any means necessary is that prosperity consciousness. The second thing that it's going to take for you to create the result by any means necessary is going to be a mastermind alliance, right? This one, that mastermind alliance, that is a non-negotiable, right? It is said in the wealth community, your network, your net worth is determined by your network. Who are you surrounding yourself with, right? Are you striving to be a next level queen, but still surrounding yourself with people who are on lower vibrational frequency waves? Right? If you are the smartest person in the room, if you're the friend that's doing the best out of all your friends, my good sis, it's time for you to get new friends, right? It's nothing wrong with still conversing with the people who were on the old level that you were on. And it's no tea, no shade to those people. But if you're striving to create the result by any means necessary, you need to surround yourself with people who are already creating the result, period. Right? You have to recognize you go through a period of growth by releasing people, places, and things that no longer serve you. You have to release those things, those people, those places in order to make room in your life for a mastermind alliance. Many of us women, many of you women, you want opportunities, right? You want a chance to take things to the next level, but you don't even surround yourself with people who are taking things to the next level. You're not even putting yourself in a room and in a space with women who are taking themselves to that next level. If it's your fear, if it's your self-confidence, if you feel like you are not worthy, then you need to go back and listen to the podcast episode of choosing worthiness over worry. It's time to stop worrying about what people are going to think about you, because the people who you think are going to think bad about you, they're low vibrational people anyway, and they're not the ones that you need to surround yourself with. Because take it from me, when you start surrounding yourself with women who are on that next level, they don't even have time for the petty conversation. They don't even have time for all that he said, she said, and all that rah-rah. They are operating in purpose. They are operating from a space of their, you know what I'm saying, getting to the money. So they don't have time to have that little petty chat. So while in your head, you may have the limiting beliefs of the worry that if you connect with women who are next level thinkers, that they, you may not be in the right space. You're in the right space when you are prepared to be in the right space. And when you're operating from prosperity consciousness, you will naturally attract the women and even men, right, who you need to help you take it to the next level. That is that mastermind alliance, that group of individuals who are like-minded, who are in active pursuit of next level thinking, of next level accomplishments, of serving the community, of surrounding themselves also with people who are thinking the next level so that everyone can elevate. Again, if you look through your text messages and your phone calls, and you see you weren't connecting with women who are taking it to the next level, sis, it's time for you to either change your number or for you to just get new friends. Maybe you need to join a Facebook group. Maybe you need to figure out where it is that you're going to connect with these women. Because if you don't surround yourself with a mastermind alliance, you aren't going to make it. Listen to the word mastermind. Mastermind, right? I have this quote that I created and I just love it. It says, "Jack of all trades, master of self," right? People who are on that next vibrational frequency that you're striving to get to, they have learned to master a version of themselves that was no longer serving them, right? So that word mastermind, people who have learned to master themselves, when they know when they connect with other people who have learned to master themselves as well, when you connect people, two and three people coming together, your one brain, when it's mastered, plus another person's brain that is mastered, will energetically create a third brain that will begin to think thoughts that both of you can continue to pour into each other. And again, this is just making a connection with one other person. It's equivalent to you tuning into this episode of Queen Talk, right? You hearing me, you continuing to tune in. You're here because you have now tapped into a higher vibrational frequency of yourself. And when you think now about the women that you surround yourself with, are those women having queen talk? Are those women talking about the same thing that we are talking about on here? And if not, it's time for you to let those women go. So let me give you some examples of what a strong mastermind alliance would look like. It looks like mentors. It looks like accountability partners. It looks like paying for trainings, paying for wisdom. I laugh when I think about how our brains and our lives have been so conditioned, right? For us to go from high school to college. And it seems normal, right? For you to be in college and to pay $3,500, hypothetically speaking, for a semester, right? And college is created for you to go get a job, right? Now, of course, the job is not even guaranteed once you graduate from college. But what I'm really talking about is the amount of money that you take out for student loans to pay for education each semester that does not even guarantee you a job, versus now shifting yourself into prosperity consciousness and recognizing the game ain't free, right? If you really want to learn and connect with individuals who are taking things to the next level, you have to be ready to pay for training. You have to be ready to put your money where your mouth is and learn how to make your money make you more money. If you were able to tap into going to college, taking out student loans and paying $3,500 for a semester, you should also be able to tap into the reality of that if you are not happy with where you are right now, it's time for you to purchase some wisdom. It's time for you to purchase a mentor, an accountability coach, a fitness trainer, a nutritionist, right? A financial coach, a prosperity training coach, whatever it's going to take for you to get to that mastermind alliance, you have to recognize this, it may take you money. And if it is going to take you money, take a look at your budget and get real with yourself anyway. How much money do you blow on your nails, on your toes, on food, on going out with your friends? This is what we're talking about when we are talking about creating the result by any means necessary and having a prosperity consciousness. When you operate in that prosperity consciousness and you're putting the vision first, you recognize that you're going to have to pay for trainings. You're going to have a mentor. You're going to have to sacrifice some things in order to connect with the Mastermind Alliance. Because again, all those things you're spending your money on is not to try to say you can't continue to have those things, but are those things really pushing you towards the vision? Are those things aligning you with your purpose? Are the people that you're surrounding yourself with pouring high vibrational frequencies into you so then that way you can elevate? And honestly, a part that you want to take into consideration too is, are you even pouring high vibrational frequencies into the people that you're surrounding, right? Because next level thinkers, the women and men in that Mastermind Alliance, they understand that it is give and it is take. And they don't want to surround themselves with people who are looking to just take. So since you have to step your game up also and recognize you have to have something that you're even bringing to the table for someone to even connect with you on that high vibrational frequency. A person on the next level, They don't want to connect themselves with people who believe that they are going to fail. I even take that into consideration as I'm coaching and looking at my ideal clients, right? I don't want to connect myself with a woman who I believe is going to fail. Next level thinkers want to connect themselves with individuals who are determined to create the result by any means necessary. That way, we both benefit from knowing each other. When you get to that next level, sis, how can you benefit yourself? How can you benefit the others who are you connecting with? Because inevitably, that is going to be the foundation of who you decide to connect with, right? So first things first, for you to create the result, you have to have that prosperity consciousness, right? And then second is that mastermind alliance. I want to give you the scripture, Proverbs chapter 24, verse 6, right? Surely you need guidance to wage war, and victory is won through many advisors. So surely you need guidance to wage war. You striving to accomplish that vision, that's a war, because you could easily continue to work your 40 hours a week. You can easily decide to work 20 hours for a job that's Social Security not even going to be around in the next 20 years, right? You can easily decide to stay in that small lane, to play small your entire life. That's cute or whatever, right? But in order to accomplish the vision, that big goal, that generational wealth, that's a war against yourself, a war against the negative energies that's going to try to combat you, a war against the limiting beliefs. So surely you need guidance. You're going to need guidance. You're going to need mentors. You're going to need training. If you don't have your money together, you're going to need a financial coach. Many wealthy individuals have a financial coach. Most of the time you hear it in the terms of their accountant, right? Because you need guidance. You need people surrounded with you who know things that you don't know. You don't know it all, sis. And that's a lesson that I had to learn. I didn't know it all, but I also took the time to gain wisdom and to recognize it's okay that I don't know it all, and I don't have to know it all. But what I do have to know is how to operate in a prosperity consciousness, because in that prosperity consciousness, I know how to think the thoughts that'll take my money, my business to the next level. So surely you need guidance to wage war, and victory is won through many advisors. Victory is won through many advisors. Again, I ask you, sis, who are you surrounding yourself with? Who is advising you of the next steps that you need to take? Is it your homegirl who ain't did nothing with her life? Is it your mama, your sister, your auntie now who ain't did nothing with their life? Who's advising you? Who are you getting advice from? I think too, you know how people always say, well, someone told me, or they said, or them. I kind of wouldn't worry about too much about what they said, because they've been around for a very long time, and yet none of us even know who they is. Who's advising you? That's the only way you're going to win the war. That's the only way you're going to accomplish the bigger goal. We like to think in our heads like, oh, okay, well, I gotta stay down until I come up. I gotta, keep my goals and my dreams silent, because I don't want no one to copy me or try to wish bad on me. When you're connecting yourself with a mastermind alliance, only thing they want you to do is win. The people who are quote unquote, I guess, wishing bad on you or not wanting you to connect, those are the people you need to be releasing anyway, right? So it's time for you to be okay with getting guidance. It's time for you to be okay with recognizing you need advisors. You need someone to support you. You don't have to do it all by yourself. Oh my gosh, let me say that one more time. You don't have to do it all by yourself. That's the prosperity consciousness shift, right? So now let's jump right in as we wrap this up again with our affirmation of I defy the odds. I set new standards. What is it going to take for you to create the result by defying the odds and setting new standards? It's going to take consistency. Consistently recognizing By knowing that you're affirming, you're defying the odds, you recognize that you're already doing something different. That you don't have to dress it up and make it real the way all those other women are dressing it up and making it real. You're defying those odds. You're doing something different. You're setting new standards. When you set a new standard, you recognize that, shoot, I'm setting the standard. It's whatever I decide, right? But that takes consistency, consistently recognizing it's all in you. Everything you need is within you. You just have to have the vision, consistently working towards the vision. One of the affirmations that comes from the book, Think and Grow Rich, is that I realize that I am, worthy. I'm worthy, that I have the ability to achieve the object of my desire. Therefore, I demand of myself persistent and continuous action towards its attainment. My sis, you gotta be consistent. You want to create the result by any means necessary, you have to be consistent. You can't keep starting and stopping and starting and stopping and starting and stopping. It's never to say that you're not going to go on vacation. It's not trying to say you're not going to take little breaks, 3-day breaks over here, 4-day breaks, a week off over here. But you got to be consistent in real life. You can't let the minuscule things of being busy. Oh, my job. Oh, I had to go to the grocery store. Oh, I had to do this. Oh, my mama called. Oh, my auntie called. Oh, the kids. Skirt. You can't create the result by any means necessary by letting them little fake, minuscule excuses, because that's all that they are, every single day. If you're making excuses every single day, or if you have a reason why you can't be consistent every single day, that's an excuse. You want to create the result by any means necessary, you have to be consistent. Next, you have to be dedicated. Look here, sis. I decided I'm dying for queenhood. Do you hear me? I'm extremely passionate. You hear the passion in my voice when I'm talking, because I've decided to dedicate myself to create the result. I'm dedicating myself to creating a business that I can pass down to my children. I'm dedicating myself to creating financial freedom for me and my family. I'm dedicating myself to creating multiple streams of income. So then that way I only have to work 4 to 8 hours a week. I'm dedicating myself. I'm willing to stay consistent and create this result by any means necessary. So dedication is something that you must have. You got to decide, I'm dedicated to this, right? You will want that. You dedicated to the job. You go clock in faithfully for them because they cut you a paycheck every 2 weeks. Womp womp, right? Dedicate yourself to your goal. Dedicate yourself to your business. Get serious about being consistent and dedicated to something for you, not something to make somebody else rich, like we talked about in the previous episode, but dedicating yourself to your vision. Because again, you're defying the odds and you're setting new standards. But if you don't dedicate yourself to defy those odds, you're never going to defy them. If anything, you're just going to be like the regular schmegular people who didn't take any action towards their goals. And that's sad. Next, you must have grit. Grit means that minus your ability of your strength, right? Minus you being the fastest runner, minus you being the best reader or the most beautiful girl or all of those type of things. Grit is that energy stronger than dedication. Grit means I'm going to do this thing if I gotta die trying. Grit means I'm going to wake up every day and get straight to it because I've made the decision with my soul that this is something that I want to pursue. So you must have the grit and the dedication. And last but not least, you must be committed. You must be committed. In this month of February, the month of the lovers, you must be committed. See, we want other people to commit to us, right? We want that job to give us the amount of money that they want. We want that partner to pour into us the way we want that partner to love us and to pour into us. And we want people to do everything for us, right? They need to be committed to making us happy. How about you commit to yourself? How about you make the commitment that every single day I'm going to take one step further to get towards my goals, to get towards my dreams. I'm going to strive every single day to be better than I was yesterday. You have to make that commitment to yourself, commit to the vision, just like a marriage, that deep commitment. Get married to the goal, get married to the vision, get married to those core values, get married to the queen that you are within yourself, right? And when you can commit that deep, inevitably, you will begin to affirm those new words. You know what? I'm so committed and I'm recognizing I'm about to set a new standard. I'm committed to setting a new standard, right? I know the old standard was to go to work and get me a house, pay my house off in 30 years, retire at the age of 60. I know that was the old standard, but now I'm defying those standards, defying those odds. I'm setting new standards. Sis, what's your new standard, right? What are you going to be committed to? What are you going to have consistency in? I'm so interested to know. I'm so interested to see, what does it take for you to create the result by any means necessary? Alrighty, queens. So if you enjoyed this episode, if you are hot and on fire and ready to create the result by any means necessary, then I'm ready to give you the call of action. If you need help gaining more clarity to create your result, and you need that strategic plan, right? That blueprint, the help creating the vision, I am free and in a space for us to get on a call and for us to discover your abundance, right? If you are in that space where you're like, Bree, I need that mastermind alliance that you were talking about. This is what I am here for, right? So you have the ability, the opportunity to connect with me, queen, one-on-one, where we're going to get on a call and we're going to get straight to figuring out what it's going to take for you to create the result by any means necessary. The link is down inside the bio. Schedule your call today. Don't wait. Again, we are in February, so now is the time for you to go ahead and get the vision together, because after this series, we're jumping right into stability. And if you don't even know what you're creating, it's no way you can have any stability with anything, right? It's like building a home. You want to ensure the foundation is strong. The vision is the foundation. So I implore you again, ladies, click the link down below, schedule your free abundance discovery call. We'll jump right on and figure out what it takes for you to create the result by any means necessary. Also, ladies, come follow me on Instagram. That is where the tribe is. That's where you connect with me deeper. You can send me a direct personal message, and then we can schedule a call through that. But I want to connect with you. I don't want this podcast to be just something that you listen to, and then you feel like, wow, those were great points, but how do I get connected with the Mastermind Alliance? You're listening to this, right? This Queen Talk is for you to make the transformation needed. So here's your opportunity to do so. Come connect with me on Instagram. And then this way, you are already taking the action steps forward to create your result by any means necessary. Queens, I will see you and talk with you in episode 3. And I look forward to you scheduling that free abundance discovery call where we are discovering all of your abundance. Talk to you later, Queen.